Howdy folks, Maxwell McGee back again for some more quick and dirty tips for avoiding those final smashes. Starting with precise timing, it is possible to dodge the startup to Ike's final smash. However, that timing can be tricky, so you might be better off just harassing him at a distance. Against the Landmaster, the safest place to be is actually on top of the tank. Sidestep when you see it fire its cannon or spin, and make sure you jump off ASAP when you see it start to take flight. It's also worth noting that Fox's Landmaster moves faster on the ground, while Falco's is faster in the air. Pikachu's Volt Tackle is rough to deal with one-on-one. It moves so fast that you likely won't be able to escape it, so you have to try and time your dodges perfectly when Pikachu rams into you. Be warned that when the Volt Tackle is about to run out, Pikachu will slow down, which can throw off your timing.
Lucario!
Since Mega Lucario is simply a powered-up version of normal Lucario, there's nothing special you need to do to avoid him. However, be advised that when attacking Mega Lucario, he will still take damage, but won't flinch or recoil from the hits. Mega Charizard has two attacks, a spinning attack that you'll need to just keep your distance to avoid, and a fireball you can dodge around. When Jigglypuff collects the Smash Ball, try to remain in the center of the stage and don't let it box you into one side of the screen or the other. That way, when Jigglypuff finally activates its final smash, you can just casually move out of the way. Avoiding Greninja's final smash requires more prediction than reaction, since you basically need to be dodging right as the attack starts. Greninja can also use this attack in the air, but in either case needs to be at very close range. And while we're at it, the style of this final smash also applies to Duck Hunt Dog, Shulk, and Captain Falcon. Each one has a final smash that strikes in front of them, and if you get hit by it, you're drawn into an extended animation. These attacks also strike fast, so you need to try and guess when your opponent is going to use it, and be dodging right as they let it rip. Villager's final smash, while very similar to Greninja's, Shulk's, and all the others, has a little trick to it. The house that gets built around the opponent will explode at the end of the attack, which will damage any nearby enemies. So even if you're not caught by the initial attack, make sure you keep far enough away from that explosion. Gigamac is a beast. He's very nimble, and his attacks pack a lot of knockback. He still has max weak air game, so take advantage of that when possible. Otherwise, just keep dodging away from him. You're going to take some damage from this one, but there are a few things you can do to minimize the effect. For starters, try to stay away from Olimar when he activates the final smash, so that you don't get buried into the ground. After he flies away, dodge constantly to minimize the damage, and finally keep out of the way of the rocket ship as it comes back crashing down onto the screen. You don't want to get hit by that final explosion. Wii Fit Trainer's final smash hits a very large area in front of her, and will carry you a long ways away, making it difficult to dodge head-on. Your best bet is to try and stay directly above or below her, so that you can just move out of the way right as the attack activates. Dark Pit's final smash functions in much the same way as Zelda or Sheik's light arrow, so just try to stay above or below him and dodge right when you think it's about to happen. During Sonic's final smash, most players will try and repeatedly slam into you from side to side. Do your best to dodge these strikes and minimize the damage.
Mega Man!
The worst thing you can do against Mega Man's final smash is run away. You're better off hanging out near Mega Man so that you can dodge into his black hole shot right when he fires it at you. If you dodge away from the shot or just sidestep, you're more likely to get drawn into the attack.
Pac-Man!
During his final smash, Pac-Man is big, but also kinda slow, so potentially you could outrun him. If you are going to get hit, however, try to position yourself so that you get knocked back into the stage rather than away from it. Also keep in mind that Pac-Man can wrap around the screen from side to side or from top to bottom if there's nothing blocking his way. The PK Star Storm starts out in the center of the stage, and Ness can then move it either left or right. You can dodge through the stream in a pinch, but if you run and hide in either top corner of the screen, that can also minimize the damage. Rob's Super Diffusion Beam takes a long time to start up, so it's not too difficult to avoid. Just dodge into him if you're close enough, or jump into the air if that's not an option. For the Sword, Gunner, and Brawler Mii fighters, their final smashes are basically copies of Wii Fit Trainers, Samus's, and Ike's respectively. So just apply those strategies here. Finally, I want to leave you all with a couple of general tips for avoiding those final smashes. The first and most important is knowing your opponent. If you don't know which final smash goes with which character, then getting around the attack is going to be that much more difficult. You should also spend some time in training mode to see if your character has any special moves or properties that would help them avoid a specific final smash, such as Kirby's Rock Transformation. And this is more important for group battles. Make sure you keep an eye on the entire arena at all times. Don't just watch the person you're fighting at the moment. Try to keep a track on where your opponents are as well. The last thing you want is to hear the smash ball break and not know who broke it. Knowledge is key in any fighting game, Smash Brothers included. Alright, that'll do it for me. Thanks for watching, everyone, and be sure to check out the rest of our Super Smash Brothers content here on YouTube or over at GamesRadar.com.
Thanks very much for watching this video, and if you want to see more great videos, go to GamesRadar's YouTube page right over there, or go to GamesRadar.com and check out all the badass content right there.